Good morning to all of you. We're grateful you've joined us. It is a great show that is brought to you with some great thinking for the week. Now, we decided to bring you some interesting highlights of what the week portends for all of us, but I have to start this way. Our attitudes that we attach to whatever goals and objectives we have tend to have a certain influence on how those goals and objectives are achieved. The attitude that you also tend to exhibit or show to people you tend to meet each day tends also to give certain impressions about all of us. And we all do know that. Now, there are people who will meet you and your reaction or your posture towards them tends to beef up their confidence for the day. You know, the ordinary Ghanaian trader has this belief, usually very mystical, that if you are the first customer and you proceed by buying a commodity of his or hers with some low amount or low figure, or even on credit, it is going to be the trend for the rest of the day. Now, the posture of you, which usually will be your attitude towards a certain goal or task, or even anybody you meet, also will follow through that trend. If we believe that, it also means that we need to always exude a positive attitude. That positive attitude would also be realized if only we tend to have a certain positive mind. We're positive today on the show. We'll bring you the latest news headlines. We'll also tell you what we all need to know. But today, we're going to focus on the subject of sanitation and what we can improve as far as that is related. Last week, you would remember, we all started here the Joy Ghana Clean campaign. And from Wednesday, we brought to you highlights of how, with the collaboration with the Metropolitan Assembly of Accra, we intend embarking on this campaign to ensure that all of us maintain a clean environment, but also achieve a certain vision of a culture of hygiene, sanitation, and level of cleanliness. All dovetail. So we're going to have some great conversation where I'm inviting experts into the studio, because we already know some $90 million is said to have swallowed annually to manage waste in our country. What does it mean? Why is it that we just can't get the whole subject of sanitation right in our country? Now, public schools are starting today. Public schools are starting or reopening tomorrow. And we've had some great conversations on the subject of why the new textbooks will not be available, etc. But we also want to get into the minds of the teachers and ask them what do they think about the current trend and how they hope to improve teaching and learning, having gone through training or orientation as organized by the Ghana Education Service and with its parent ministry, the Ministry of Education. So we'll talk about all that right here on the show. But in the meantime, we'll bring you the latest news headlines, do review of the newspapers, and we'll bring you the latest sports stories. We know that there was some great football activity throughout the weekend, and Tuesday the European qualifiers will continue on the back of those matches that were convened or played from the weekend as well. But in tennis, Rafael Nadal is the champion, flashing medals, the US Open. And it was a grueling 4 hours. Benedict also will be right here in the studio, and we'll tell you all the latest about that match that just didn't take off. The Accra House of Folk Kotoko match, just in the Presidential Cup, just didn't take off. So we'll tell you what you need to know about why it didn't come to pass, and then when we should expect that match, possibly. But in the meantime, we'll wrap up the show with some great entertainment, and AM Showbiz is always brought to you by Awake Purified Water. In the next 3 hours, make sure that you are getting interactive with us on all of our social media pages and handles. Facebook, Joy News on TV. We have a Twitter handle at Joy News on TV, and let us know what you think when you watch us live through a channel on YouTube, My Joy Online TV.